I scream, you scream.
We're all screaming after that trailer.
Is that good or bad, though?
Let's talk about it. Welcome everybody to ANJ Hot Takes. I am Andre.
And I am Joe.
Today we're talking about Ice Cream Man.
Yeah.
So this one is interesting because one of the things that I did find about after watching the trailer, I did some digging.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were thinking that this was a reboot
Yeah.
of the 1995 film.
With Clint Howard as the main star, which is a very underrated actor. I think he deserved more highlight.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I don't blame them. After seeing the trailer for that movie and then rewatching this trailer, I was like, there's a lot of similarities.
There is, but there's also a lot of differences because the 95 movie, he was a psychopath and he opened a ice cream factory where he would take the bodies and make the ice cream from that. But in this one, it's very different. It's an ice cream truck. He's selling ice cream, but somehow the ice cream is turning the kids into possessed kids that start killing everybody.
Yeah. So that leads to one of my hot takes where it gets me excited for this film because in the horror franchise or genre, having any type of zombie kids or killer kids or whatever, that seems to be a little bit taboo, and a lot of studios kind of shy away from that. That's what made it hard to film Pet Sematary, because you have this kid that gets killed and then brought to life. Spoiler alert. And then you have Dawn of the Dead, which only had 2 zombie children in the entire film, and it kind of looks comical because you have this military guy being attacked by these little kids, and they can't do anything to him. And then what does he do? He shoots them in the face.
And I have to say, kids in horror films actually do it for me because it has that naive kind of little kid, but also I need to kill this because it's about to kill me. So
Right.
You're not expecting that twist.
Well, kids in large numbers can be terrifying. There's a film.
Hey, kids in general are terrifying. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, there's a film called Cooties, and it has to do with zombie kids overrunning the school, and that one was pretty fun. It was more of a horror comedy. But then you have something like the 80s Children of the Corn, and that was terrifying for back then. And these kids, I wouldn't want to visit Nebraska if those kids are there.
Do you remember The Shining when you got the 2 twins?
Yeah, but all they did was come play with us, and that was it.
That's still creepy as hell, man. Any kid that's acting creepy is creepy.
I thought it was kind of boring, actually. Dr. Sleep was the superior film.
Fair enough, but again, kids in horror movies, they're creepy as hell.
Yeah, sure. Under the right circumstances, yes. And this looks like it might be one of them. But again, it's kind of taboo subject. Will this film last in theaters? If it makes it, probably not. Just because of that simple point. That, and I feel that the best scenes in the movie were already thrown in the trailer.
Or maybe not. Maybe we'll get better scenes, and these are the lame scenes.
Yeah, but when you pit that against the film we just talked about, Primetime, where it leaves it to the imagination, or even Resident Evil. Resident Evil shows the horror, but not everything. Or this, you already know what's going to happen. So it's like, what else can they shock us with?
That is true. However, I am going to counter. They're not telling us why this is happening.
True.
They're just showing us a lot of violence, possessed kids, or I don't know if it's possessed. Maybe there's some drug in the ice cream or whatever it is, but they don't specify what it is, and they don't specify if this is supernatural or what. It's just, there's an ice cream man. He's giving ice cream to kids, and somehow once they hear the ice cream tune, that's when they start killing everybody. So I think it is a good enough balance between showing gore that, hey, we're going there with kids. This is going to be bloody. there's going to be dismemberment,
Hmm.
but we're not telling you exactly what's happening.
I think to your point, also for a movie called The Ice Cream Man, the trailer did just focus on the kids. So the whole aspect of who he is and why he's doing this is the mystery. So yeah,
Yeah.
I do see that now. And yeah, okay, I could go with that.
Yeah, so the other thing that I did want to talk about is the director, Eli Roth. So he is known for doing quite a few horror movies. So I think with that, it might be decent enough. Again, because we are talking about having kids in there and how that can be taboo. I do think it will be decent enough to at least go over what their budget was.
And see, that's where it kind of gets me because I totally forgot that Eli Roth was directing this movie, and I'm actually like looking him up right now because a lot of people call him like the king of modern horror, where I haven't actually been wowed by any of his other previous horror movies. Cabin Fever could have been a lot darker than what we got. I thought we had a few WTF scenes in the movie where it's like, what's he doing here? Thanksgiving, I thought it was a great movie, but again, that was a movie off a spoof trailer that he did 10 years ago. And even though it was a great film, it didn't live up, in my mind, to the grittiness of that trailer he produced for that Grindhouse film.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And then he did a PG-13 movie of A House and a Clock in its Walls. He did the remake of Death Wish, The Green Inferno, which I will admit, I didn't finish watching that film, but based on where it was going, it looked like a remake of Cannibal Holocaust, which I think was the more shocking film, because the director of that film actually got arrested because they thought he had actually filmed people getting killed and eaten, and that's how good he made it. Where The Green Inferno, you know, it's just a movie, so none of it actually hits home.
So I do want to ask Joe, with the title of the movie, The Ice Cream Man, do you think people are gonna think that this is a remake or maybe a sequel?
For horror fans, I think they're gonna think it's a spiritual remake. But for like me that didn't know that was an original movie, I'll probably just take it as is, of it being a original movie under the premise of the ice cream man is out to get your kids.
Okay.
Which is funny because they always tell you don't take candies from strangers in vans, but you can get ice cream from them
Heck yeah.
for the right money.
You run when you hear that theme song.
Yeah. You want to get a push pop for $1? Hell yeah. Give me that ice cream that I have to push with a plastic straw through a toilet paper roll. Why not?
Heck yeah.
Orange sherbet. Yes.
All right. Well, Joe, Ice Cream Man, watch or not?
You know, thinking about it, I definitely want to say watch, but for everybody listening, I think this is safe enough to watch at home. Again, I don't know if it's going to make it to theater or how long it's going to last. So if it does end up in theater, cool, but I'd say save your money for renting it at home or catching it on Netflix. I think it's going to be more enjoyable at home where you could actually like Mystery Science Theater it. You could make commentary. You could laugh at the scenes. You could throw popcorn at your TV and be like, oh, that's bullshit.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, so it's definitely a watch, but watch at home.
I would have to agree with you as well. Definitely a watch, but not in the movie theaters. I don't think it is there. If this turns into a franchise, maybe. Again, without knowing exactly what's going on, I can't say if this is going to be a franchise, if this is going to be a one-off. Definitely, I'm going to watch it at home, streaming.
Ice Cream Man 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I hope it goes somewhere. Maybe they do a horror version of the Mailman. Maybe they take a lot of these things that we saw as children and they turn it into horror version. You know,
that would be awesome.
Although that would confuse people if they come out with the Lawnmower Man, and it's not to be confused with Stephen King's The Lawnmower Man, which that film had nothing to do with Stephen King's story, by the way. So,
all right. So, are we gonna say A&J watch?
A&J watch.
A&J watch
At home.
Watch it at home. Don't have to waste your money watching this in the movie theater. But definitely give it a watch. It looks interesting enough to spend a couple hours watching a movie.
Oh yeah, I'm all down for the modern day Grindhouse films.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, this has been A&J Hot Takes. Thanks everybody for watching.
Yep. Catch you in the next one.
See ya.